So honestly, at first glance, this actually seems kind of underrated. Hi everyone, I'm a guy that exists, and welcome back to How to Break It, the series where I take an existing commander strategy, show you a list of cards, and show you how to break the game. Starring Bontu the Glorified. For too generic and she's still preoccupied! 1985! Bontu the Glorified is a legendary creature god. Bontu reads, Menace indestructible. Bontu the Glorified can't attack or block unless a creature died under your control this turn. Pay 1 and a black to sacrifice another creature, to scry 1 and have each opponent lose 1 life, and you gain 1 life? Oh yeah, aristocrat. So on today's episode of How to Break It, we're going to be focusing on death triggers and life loss loops. That seems fun. Haven't I seen this card from episode 5? Let's talk about Exquisite Blood. For 4 and a black, whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. So when you're activating your commander and second creature, you're probably going to be using some of these guys to infinitely loop and drain the table. We're so evil. But enough of these early win cons, let's talk about ways to actually generate creatures so that you can activate your commander. Enter Pawn of Ulamog. Whenever it or another non-token creature you control dies, you can create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token that can sacrifice for mana. So this is a card that's good in any phase of the game, whether you're under the play or whether you're ahead of all of the other players. You're generating mana off your creature tokens, or you're using it as a sack outlet with your commander to activate that each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1. More draining effects, and you look sexy doing it. And this here has just become one of my favorite black creatures in the entire game. Abhorrent Overlord enters and gives you 1/1 black harpies equal to your devotion to black, which is equal to all the mana symbols of all the permanents you have on the battlefield. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you can just immediately sack this creature to its own effect to negate any downside, and then you just have a bunch of creatures to utilize with your commander. It's so good. And how about utilizing those creatures for card draw? And ramp while you're at it too. And here's a way to generate a bunch of mana in your first main phase, well, because of all of your creatures dying. This card is so broken, and it's so cheap right now. Pick it up, please. And while we're at it, why not have everybody else join in the fun of sacrificing creatures and make them sacrifice their actually good stuff? Or how about dealing even more damage when those creatures go to the graveyard? And as a finisher, I'd be remiss not to tell you about our boy Gary. This has been a Deck Tech on the Egyptian gods. It's time to do! And that's How to Break It. And shout out to Kayla for the comment. If you guys have suggestions for more commander strategies, please leave them in the comments. I'll be reading them. See ya!